Where's your push-to-talkie?
V.
V. What finger do you use? Press it.
My pointer.
I'm going to ask that question again. What finger do you use to press that button?
My pointer finger.
I'm going to ask that question again. I'm going to give you a third chance to fix that answer. What finger do you use to press that button?
It's gonna be the same.
Lie to me! Lie! Lie!
I wish I was lying.
Please lie! No, just lie! I'm giving you a third chance! Lie right now!
Oh, I used my thumb.
Good answer! Let's go! If I ever hear you say that again, I'm gonna lose my mind. If you can't do that, change the button. If you want, left alt works really well for the thumb, because your thumb probably naturally lands on the spacebar, correct? Bring it to the alt key, and that way you can just pull your thumb in, and you're actively talking. Because when this happens here, and there's literally no conversation whatsoever, the difference here for me is I'm pooping my pants listening to what's going on. And if you look at people on the minimap, right, you're directly responsible for the success or failure of this Reyna. You hear smokes being dropped. Listen, smokes. You hear shots. You hear a raise nade. You know there's two at least. There's a Lear. There's 3 people here. And you haven't said anything. And look what Reyna's doing. Reyna's having a nice stroll through the park here. This is on you. You have to communicate this stuff. Now, if someone gives you a misogynistic comment, mute them right away. Because at the end of the day, what are the quality of comms you've gotten from your teammates so far out of 10?
0.
I think that's a bit generous. It might be negative 25 at this point.
Yeah.
You don't need to listen to them anyway. Mute them. And if you mute them, you can still talk back to them anyway.
Found them. Bomb grenade out.
You're pretty cracked, eh?
I think
you know what'd be even better? I mean, well, you know what'd be even better if you called your shots. So if you had told Reyna and Raze to bust their ass and move in here so that everyone can support you, and then you peeked out and took this fight, I'd be even more impressed. That's the next level for you. Also, I don't believe in luck. You position yourself well here, you used your weapon to your advantage, you swung out, you took advantage of the fight. You fought them at close range. I don't believe in luck. This was well planned out and well played. I just want to hear you saying it. Don't ever say that stuff to yourself. It's not an empowering thought. If it's not an empowering thought, we don't talk it. We don't say it. Do you want free coaching? Well, now you can. My coaching is absolutely free at my Discord. Here you'll find an inclusive community full of awesome people wanting to improve just like you. Simply join, submit a VOD following our submission guidelines, and voila, you're in the queue. But how am I making this possible? Well, that's thanks to the generous Patreon supporters just like you. Tier 3 Patreon supporters get access to exclusive 10-mans, pro VOD reviews, and a private draw for coaching on top of increased odds for the main draw of coaching. What are you waiting for? Join up today. There's a saying, swing or be swung. You ever heard of that one before?
Yeah.
If you wait for people to swing you while you're standing in the open, you will lose probably 90% of your fights. Okay? You need to be first here because he's swinging. He knows you're here. So if you are both in a state where they both parties know where the other person is and you're already exposed in the open, you will lose. So swing into him and I would drop into a crouch instantly. The reason being is I'm throwing off crosshair placement. Naturally, I'm thinking they're going to be at head level. And I know there's going to be some people in the chat or TikTok go, oh, she's silver. They're going to be aiming at her crotch. Drops to the crouch. No, you play properly here. As far as I'm concerned, you're already dead. The mistake was made here when you moved up. So it's moot. So now you put yourself in this position, you're in a losing spot, you gotta be desperate. You gotta do what you can to get out of it. Because you're already dead. The way you peek it was a diagonal. So you move to the right, swing, you drop into your crouch as you're swinging, and you pre-fire at head level. A lot to unpack here.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, you peeked it tighter. So you had more confidence when you peeked. This is the point I was trying to make on the first fight, right? You peek tight like this, you're like, oh, there you go, small little adjustment, no problem. So you felt better because you cleared it all. And that's why it was easier for you to hit the shot and feel more confident. The thing is that you've taken this gun into a long range fight. So the real problem comes in by phase here. At the beginning of the round, it's always good to have a method behind your madness. So what I want to see you doing, perfect. Everything that you're doing here was right until you stopped moving. I want you to continue to move towards the barrier you want to defend from. If it's going to be heaven, you run towards that barrier. If it's going to be the low ramp, or if you're going to go to a main entrance, you call that out and say, I'm going to go defend this spot. It's important to do that because you want to make sure that everyone on your team is aware of what you're doing, and you're also setting yourself up for success because you're now visualizing it. So you're doing it pretty well where you're running to the barrier and then you're buying your utility as you go about it. So that's telling me that you were thinking about what you're going to do. So where do you envision yourself standing first for your first fight if you're using a Spectre?
Behind the box thing.
So if you were to peek from map, which is what we call it, is that a long range, medium range, or short range fight?
I'd say medium.
What range does this gun here benefit the most in?
Short.
Yeah, you can maybe say a little bit of outskirts of medium. So you're already putting yourself in a little bit of disadvantage. I would say Bulldog's probably your best bet from this angle if you want to play from there. Now, if you were to back off to here, because look, someone took your spot, now you're playing at a long range angle. So if you're going to be peeking this angle, then you might need to change your weapon at this point. If you're not good at the Bulldog, it's a you problem, you got to work on it. Every weapon needs to be your tool and you have to use it as such.
Yeah.
Now we just gotta get into the habit of calling A main. You repeaked it. I can give you the first one. The second one was a gross misconduct for 2 reasons. 4v2 situation. Do not peek. And you have a different range weapon that they know you have, and they're willing to take as a fight against you. Luckily, they have. Luckily, well, I mean, it's silver. Here's the way you gotta think about. Here's the way you think about the opponents. They're all cats. Once they see you, they're gonna keep chasing after you. They're like, no, come back, play with me. I want to chase after the laser. That's what's gonna happen. I promise you.
Found them. Bomb grenade out.
Take a raid! Take a raid! Oh,
Yeah, that's why. No, I remember being so confused because I was like, how'd she get there?
You can hear. Use your ears. Use your ears.
Found them. Bomb grenade out.
I have another question for you. How many bullets does it take to kill someone?
4, and then 1 in the head.
I was about to do a friggin' zoom in moment. I'm like, hang on, I'm gonna ask you that question again. How many bullets does it take to kill someone? The correct answer, please.
Should it be 1?
Okay, how many bullets do you have in your clip?
Right now, 13.
13. We don't need to reload. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. That's the first thing. Now let's listen.
No, because every time I don't reload, I end up just spraying it.
Yeah, well, if you spray 13 bullets, certainly one of them is gonna hit the guy, right? Certainly one of them. I think people reload because of a confidence issue. They're afraid that if I don't have a full clip, I'm not going to kill someone. I'm going to make a drill for you right now. If you're a person who's struggling with reloading, I want you to load into a deathmatch, and I want you to shoot until you have 5 bullets left in your clip into a wall. And then I want you to take a fight. And get used to feeling comfortable with low bullets in your clip. If you don't like 5, you can do 10 clips or 10 bullets. So shoot all your bullets and then go take a fight. And it might be better to do that in TDM, because if you do it in DM, they reload your bullets every single time you kill someone.
Last player standing.
Stop saying that to yourself, okay? Let me ask you a question. What gun do you have?
Sure.
Sure, yeah, exactly. You're fighting against what?
A vandal.
Who has the advantage?
Him.
Then don't be hard on yourself.
But I just felt like I could have killed him.
Yeah.
Like,
And I can get hit by lightning. I can get hit by lightning. It's possible, right? Anything's possible. At the end of the day, you're in a losing scenario. If you shot him in the head and you killed him, great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But you're still not in an advantage here, so don't be hard on yourself. Right? If it's not serving you in terms of your thoughts, let them go. You want empowering thoughts, not disempowering thoughts. It's good to be a realist for sure, but if it's not serving you, don't put it in your head.